for you to come our way. Simon Ekpa, you dey fight like lion, keeping Biafra safe from Zion. Oh mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want am strong. We Simon Ekpa, we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout, Mama Biafra, yeah, I'll call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand up tall. Together we rise, we no go follow. Oh Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. In unity we go dey strive, fight for freedom we go alive. With courage and strength we dey fight. Mama Biafra, our guiding light. Your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. Simon Ekpa, we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout, Mama Biafra, yeah, oh I call no doubt. Enemies close but we stand tall. Together we rise, we no go fall.
Ndi okukalu Oramadi kendi bojizike Woke dirindu ya wechacha maka Biafra Wero putarangi onye ndu Simon Ekpa Obato
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace. Under our command, O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one
receive
one blood and one flesh of your children, the Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
unless you understand your role in society, you can never ever make any meaningful contribution. According to the Greeks, there are three types of people on this earth: the idiots, the tribesmen, and the citizens. People don't know the meaning of the word idiot. They think it's an insult. It's not an insult. When the Greeks used the word idiots, they did not use it as a curse word. Idiots are people who just do not care. That is the original meaning of the word. If they write exams, they will cheat. If they are in government, they will steal. An idiot does not care at all. If he eats banana, he throws the peel anywhere instead of putting it in a trash can. According to the Greeks, some societies have more idiots than tribesmen and citizens. As I used to say before, Nigeria is full of idiots. Idiots. The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because they'll be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirates. And then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great-grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell them, oh no, there was somebody called Hope Uzodinma. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Umahi. He loves Fulani. He used to be our brother. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to their Ruga, which they want, a new Nigeria, which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the East, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the West.
Biafra will come. You either allow us to go in peace or you are going to remain pieces and Biafra will still go. I come that Nigeria will end. I come that there will end the Usman Danfodio legacy. That legacy that every time they will be talking about Usman Danfodio, you will think that Usman Danfodio manufactured the aeroplane. You would think that Usman Danfodio manufactured a car or he invented one Ihela machine or something like that. No. Usman Danfodio have a legacy for killing northern Nigeria, for killing Hausas, conquering them, and turn them into what you see today, Hausa Fulani. That is the legacy that Usman Danfodio brought to northern Nigeria. And today, they have Usman Danfodio University. That is what they continue that particular legacy. That is the reason why the Fulanis are killing innocent Christians in the northern Nigeria and the middle belt. It is to continue the Usman Danfodio legacy, and I am here to end it. I will end it. The end of Usman Danfodio legacy will start from this year. I am telling you, go and mark it. It will start from December 2nd. Once we exit Nigeria, that legacy is gone, completely gone, because they will not have any other place to conquer. Is it us that you are going to cross our border to come and start saying you want to conquer Biafra? We did not conquer us when we were in Nigeria. It's not going to be possible.
You all remember during Uwazulike's time, they come in different format. During Nnamdi Kanu's time, they came in different format. During Simon Ekpa's time, they are here now in a different format. Biafrans, use your tongue and count your teeth. The Southeast governors, South governors, we continue to use these individuals to make it look as if there is a parallel government. There is no parallel government. There's only one United States of Biafra.
Exactly.
This thing you see they are doing, that is what Tinubu and Bianca Ojukwu has paid them to do. When you support them, you are supporting the destruction of the mandate. And what is the mandate? I want to explain what the mandate is. Those of you that have listened to the voice recording that was sent, where the Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, have said that I know he called me, but it is all of us. We must protect the mandate. That voice recording is pinned on my Twitter space. Go and listen, my Twitter page. Go and listen to that. Protect the mandate. Keep it separate from all the crazy shit they do. Protect the restoration of the United States of Biafra. That is the message from our Prime Minister Obatobie Simon Ekpa.
Mandate.
Whatever they are doing, whether they are doing IPOB, whether they are doing Briggy, whether they are doing whatever, the Prime Minister have told us, protect the mandate. And what is the mandate? When I ask this individual the question, what is mandate? What is mandate? I ask, there are two questions. Is it the New Dimension mandate? Is it the United States of Biafra Declaration?
United States
and
of
this
Biafra
individual told me both. Both. Go and listen to that voicemail. She said both. That was the message from our Prime Minister. Both. What does both mean? Both means the New Dimension mandate and the United States of Biafra. The Prime Minister have told us to specifically protect that mandate. Nobody must go near. Nobody should tamper with that.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I have to bring that for Biafrans to know is that many Biafrans are being deceived, but get it clear from me. I don't care about any Biafra that thinks they are being deceived. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, I'm still on the pipeline for now. Oh, there is two people. Oh, there is two government. I tell those Biafrans, go to your house, lock yourself up and sleep for the next 10 years. I don't care. Biafrans don't care. If you have been truly following the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, you can never, ever be confused. You can never, ever say, oh, COS have to talk to me before I know we are to go. No. That means you never really followed Obatobie. Never. You never really followed him. You were just there pretending as if you're following Obatobie. Then in this slightest moment of trial, you failed. You fell apart despite what you've worked for in the past. We're not going to waste our second. We're not going to waste our time trying to convince. Biafrans here, please do not waste your moment convincing anybody. Let us focus on building the money we need to defend Biafra land. And the Biafra Secretary of Defense, the Department of Defense are doing that every second. And they are not on air. You're not going to see them on Twitter.
Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on today's program. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this program today. I welcome every one of you and I say good evening to everybody, or morning or afternoon, wherever you are. I appreciate you. Either you are watching me from TikTok or you are watching from Facebook, wherever you are connecting us from. I welcome you and I appreciate everyone that have been able to join us on this very program. Today we came evening time late than we used to do in all the time. We are trying to change the time so that we can be able to accommodate more people, because there are informations coming and people are calling and saying that they're not able to catch up the program because it's coming too early. So that is why you see us trying to shift the time ahead. And we are trying to do that to make sure we accommodate everybody. That is why we are appearing later than we are supposed to appear today. So for those who have waited and didn't see us eventually, they missed the program. I'm very sorry about that. It wasn't intentional. It wasn't to hurt you or to disturb your own activities. But we are trying to adjust, also my own very self to adjust, so that we can be able to accommodate everybody in this very program. The purpose of the broadcast is to make sure we reach out to all Biafrans and make sure that every Biafra is carried along and make sure that informations are getting to where it's supposed to get to. So we will do everything humanly possible to see that every Biafra is accommodated. That is why that is changing time. I appreciate everyone that has connected, wherever you are connecting from. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide you. For those who are joining us for the very first time and those who are coming across our video for the very first time, this platform where you're watching this program is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra is one, it is not two, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the Supreme Command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, under the control and command of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. That is where we stand on this platform, and that is where we are speaking. So wherever you are watching me from today, my fellow Biafrans, I want you to pay attention. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to attack people or individuals. We do not come here to preach hate. We do not come here to talk against any tribe, race, or religion. What we are here to do is to push truth and the only but the truth, to bring out this true situation of things in Biafran land and what the Biafrans are going through, to bring out solutions and also listen to Biafrans and allow Biafrans to air their opinion. That is why in this platform, each time we come on program, I always try as much as possible to share a link, and those who want to join us on the platform can follow the link and join us. So if you want to join me on stage to make your contribution, for those who are watching, either you are watching us on Facebook or on TikTok or wherever, and you want to be on stage with me to engage the Biafrans, please, I urge you to come to David Herbal channel on YouTube. Once you get to David Herbal channel on YouTube, you are going to see the link on the comment section. All you need to do is to click the link and you will find yourself in the program. There is no restriction for us. The only qualification you need to have for you to join us is to be a human being. As long as you're human, whether you are a Biafran or you are non-Biafran, whether you have a different ideology or different mentality or different opinion, you are entitled to your opinion. All you need to do is to join us and make your own contribution. And I bet you will give you all the time in the world to say what you want to say. The only thing we ask is that when you join us on this platform, please make sure you appear in a very decent manner. We will not admit you if you are not decently dressed up. We will not admit you if you are naked. We can't allow you to join us on this platform. And again, when you are speaking to the Biafrans, you are speaking to the world, you must make sure you put your words in a very civil manner. Speak in a civil manner. You don't come to the platform to be cursing out people, to be using vulgar words. We don't allow it on this platform. We are representing the United States of Biafra, and we must be decent and constructive in our argument. We can disagree, at the same time we can agree. There is no law that says that every one of us must be saying something. You can have a different opinion. I have my own opinion, but at the same time, we have to back it up with some analysis. And at the end of the day, the viewers will be the judge, and they will be able to make up their mind and also take up something from whatever we are saying. So, my fellow Biafran, wherever you are joining us from, I urge you to make use of this opportunity to air your opinion. The government of Biafra is watching and listening. Members of the cabinet of the United States of Biafra are watching. The Deputy Prime Minister is watching. The Secretary of Information is watching, and so many other people are paying attention. And I bet you whatever constructive information you pass here, or legitimate argument you brought forward, or concern, it will be looked into in the shortest time. So, my fellow Biafrans, let's not abuse the opportunity. Use the opportunity and use it mind wisely, and let us be able to achieve something. More importantly, tell the world what is going on in Biafran territory. We must express ourselves to the world, because there are so many wrong informations that are going out there. One of the major problems we are facing today as Biafran is the wrong information that's being pushed out by the Nigerian media. Nigerian media is using their media to push wrong informations against us. They have been doing this not today, not yesterday. It's been for a very long time. Since after the Civil War, it became worse. From 1967 up to this moment, there has been a media campaign against the Biafrans, more especially the Igbo Biafrans, on every ramifications. And we have not paid attention to that because some of us are too busy trying to survive. Some of us are too busy paying attention to other issues. But it has come to a time that every one of us must begin to pay attention to what is happening. It is sad that this very propaganda is being piloted by a certain group of people, a certain tribe, for a reason best known to them. But we can no longer be silent. A time has come where every single one of us must begin to use their platform to speak about the true situation in Biafra land. The atrocities of the federal government of Nigeria in Biafra land. The true situation, it is from us. We will not allow other people to tell our story. Let's stop allowing people to tell our stories. We are the ones that are supposed to tell the true story of what is happening in Biafra land. If we don't, nobody's going to do that. They will always come with their lies, their propaganda, their blackmail. And when you continue to cry and complain, at the end of the day, there will be no answer. But if we rise up and begin to add our voice with our own little channels in any platform you find yourself, add your voice and make your word and your voice count, it is going to go a long way to save us from the atrocities of the zoo against us, mainly using their media. Today, we are going to speak on a topic that says the fate of the United States of Biafra and Prime Minister Simon Ekpa in Finland chase of justice with Nigeria. That is what we are going to discuss today. It is something that concerns every one of us. What is happening today? That is what is on the news. It is unfortunate that the media of Nigeria have been known in peddling lies. And the people who are in charge of the media have been bought over. In fact, it has become the only thing they know how to do best is to push lies, propaganda against the Biafrans in order to sell their news. Without using the Biafrans, they can't sell their news. That is why in most of their channels, when you go there, they will put the picture of our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa or the Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu, and then they'll begin to discuss other issues. Or they will frame a lie, concoct one argument or the other, and they push it out there to drag the traffic. They have been doing all that. But unfortunately, some of us are helping them to share these informations. But when you come to the program where the Biafran people are stating their case the way it is, you don't share it. Some of us are still in this program now. You have not shared the program. You have not even liked the program. One of the first things you have to do when you came to a program today is to share the program, like it. Make sure you invite at least one person to the program. By doing that, the information we are passing is going to go very, very far. The social media is not our friend. They are trying everything they can to see that they stop us. They try everything they can to see that they limit the information we are passing. They try as much as possible to make sure they cage us so that we cannot be able to reach people we are supposed to reach. But with your support, by sharing and liking, we can get to so many people out there, either on TikTok or on Facebook. Wherever you are joining us, please kindly like and share the program as we proceed. And if you have a contribution to make, do not hesitate to go to the comment section. Use the link there, come in through the link, and you can make your contributions. My fellow Biafrans, every one of us have seen the chase that the Finland government is playing with Nigeria. Whatever it is, we don't care. Whatever it is that is happening behind them, one important thing you must keep at the back of your hand is that we are pursuing a just cause. We are pursuing a just cause. And I bet you that the situation of the Biafran people is not something that is hidden. It is not strange. Inasmuch as many governments of the world today will come and claim that they do not know what is happening to us. They are making those claims because there has not been any official statement. There have not been any official information passed to them. That is why some of the countries, some of the organizations are claiming not to know what is happening to Biafra. But I bet you the story of the Biafran people is across the whole world, and the whole world knows about it. What transpired in 1967 is not hidden. And it has continued to happen up till date. The atrocities of the federal government of Nigeria in their so-called Nigeria formed by the British is in the open, it's not hidden. Even in their conventional media, any intelligent person that listens closely will be wondering, how could these things be happening in a country where human beings are living? But unfortunately, what you call your dog is what people are going to call it. Whatever name you give yourself is what people are going to call you. It is sad that the people who call themselves citizens of that zoological republic do not care about their own life. They don't care. All they know is make noise, shout on social media, put lies and jokes and crack jokes, and that is it. But real issues, they never care about it. For a very long time, the atrocities of the zoo against its own citizens have been in the open, more especially against Biafrans. Biafrans have been sidelined and they have been made an open enemy. Nigerian government have not shied away at every opportunity to show that Biafrans are not part of Nigeria. And we accept that. We are not part of Nigeria. We have never been, and we will not be. And that was why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu take a bold step of sensitizing and educating the Biafrans, not just the Biafrans, the Biafran neighbors and friends, and everybody began to know their rights and where they belong. Through that education, Biafran people marched forward to pursue their self-determination under the law, to follow it up regardless the cost. And that they have been doing. For so many years now, the Biafran people have been pursuing this cause. Through Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the foundation was led. When it seems it becomes a reality, they weighed in and they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Going to 5 years now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been under solitary confinement. They have refused to let go of him. Even when their court have said, let go of this man, they continue to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And when they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Biafrans said, we cannot stop. It is forward ever and backward never. And we continue the journey through our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa did a great job did outstanding job to see that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released unconditionally and also to see that Biafra is restored. Mazen Simon Ekpa did everything he can to see that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was not unalived, because the plan of the zoo was to unalive Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The governors in the southeast and their politicians, the elites, have already given their consent to unalive Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The government of Nigeria was ready to do that, but when they saw the level at which the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa was operating, they had no choice than to withdraw from that, because they know the consequence of doing that. Mazen Simon Ekpa fought for the life of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and put his own self on the line. He tried as much as he can to change the narrative, and all eyes focused on Mazen Simon Ekpa and let loose of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Today, you see so many of them today that are calling Mazen Nnamdi Kanu angel. And I asked them, where were you all this while? For more than a decade, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was shouting and crying, calling for help. Where were you? All of a sudden today, you see some people will come on their conventional media and speak so eloquently. They will come and say, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the only person who speaks the truth. He has spoken the truth. He stands for his people. He is not doing anything apart from fighting for his people. He should be released. Where were you all this while? For more than a decade, this same man was preaching. He was shouting, preaching for more than a decade. And yet, nobody paid attention. Where were you? What were you doing? What were you thinking? The supreme leader of IPOB cried and cried and cried and cried. So many people today that are calling him an angel, they blackmailed him. In fact, they planned everything against him. They call him a terrorist, they call him a tribalist, they call him a warmonger. There's no kind of name they didn't call Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But today, because they feel that he has been silenced, and Mazen Simon Ekpa took up that challenge to make sure that that legacy does not die, to stand for the Biafran people. And they saw that the pressure from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu somehow have left them. Now they focus on Mazen Simon Ekpa, and all eyes on Mazen Simon Ekpa to bring him down. They did everything they can. They did everything they could to bring Mazen Simon Ekpa down, but they could not succeed. What did they do? They began to go extra miles to plan on how to kidnap Mazen Simon Ekpa. They tried kidnap, they tried assassination, it didn't work. They tried kidnap, it didn't work. They tried so many strategies against Mazen Simon Ekpa, and none of them pulled out until they began to go extra miles, including using the EU, using their influence of the UK and all whatnot to penetrate. And finally, Mazen Simon Ekpa was restricted, and they kind of succeeded in their restriction. And today we see the chess they are playing, using their media, speaking on different angles, on different corners. But we are not going to chicken out. It doesn't matter what they say or what they do. We will continue to follow up, because we know the zoo and how they play their game. Regardless the chess they play, all we know is that we want our freedom, and our freedom we must have. No amount of blackmail or propaganda will make us stop demanding for our self-determination. Lawfully, not unlawfully, lawfully. And that is exactly what we are doing. That is the courage we have to come online on a daily basis to speak about this. And we will continue to do so until we get to the promised land. Yeah, welcome, my beloved brother, Okafos. Thank you so much for joining. Good to have you.
My brother Chooks.
You're welcome.
How you doing? I see your work, my brother. You are doing a very marvelous work. May
Thank
the
you so
Chukwuka continue to bless you, strengthen you, provide all you need to remain gallant in this race in Chukwuka Abiyama name. Well done work, my brother. How is Christian and Maswell?
Yeah, they are all good. They're all good. Today, I decided to change the program to evening instead of that morning time. So, the first time we are having it in the evening time. So, we're changing it. Maybe they are going to be coming in later on.
It's okay so that many people will be connected.
Yes.
So, well done job, my brother.
Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Biafrans all over the world. I want to use this opportunity to greet every one of you for understanding the time we are in. I want to appreciate everybody for your effort, for your resilience, for every effort every one of you is putting to make sure that the United States of Biafra stand as a nation. I say may Chukwu Okabe bless every one of you in Jesus' name. So, having said that, I still want to remind our people who we are. Maybe we have forgotten that we are the choosing ones of God. So, and if we understand that we are the choosing one of God, we should not be afraid of what human being can do. We should be focused on that God who have chosen us to be his own. We focus on him, depend on him, look unto him as the author and the finisher. He never started anything and leave it halfway. There is no abandoned project in this in his kingdom. No. He never, and they cannot. It cannot. So all these shenanigans, rumors or attitudes, there is nothing that will make Simon Ekpa to be repatriated into Nigeria. There's nothing that can make them bring him back to this country. It's not possible. It's not possible. So they are just doing all this thing to weaken people where they go weaken, not people like us that know where we are going, not people like us that hear the voice of the Almighty God who said it and it come to pass concerning this journey. They will do everything, but they will not succeed because the Lord is not with them. Yes. Our leader make us to understand that Biafra is going to be the last miracle on this earth. So if all these things is not happening, how can we know that of the truth that God is one that do it? Every strength, every knowledge, every understanding of a human being will fail. It's only that one of Jehovah will stand.
Yes.
So the truth is always a truth, and it's only that truth that can set us free. God is truth. That's why he said that anyone that will serve him must serve in the spirit and the truth. So in as much that we stand on the truth, my brother, it's only time, but we must overcome, we must defeat them. Is this not what we are praying for? If this thing not happen, is there any other way we feel that our Abatobia will stand these people one-on-one and defeat them? It's only in this way now. This is what we have been praying. So we should not be disfocused. We should understand the time we are in. This is the time for us to pray unto that God that made impossibilities to be possible, unto that God that can change unchangeable things, unto that God that didn't allow them to wipe us off from this planet Earth from 66 till 1970. Is the only one that owns our life. Is only one who can say it and they come to pass. Is only one. Do you know what they have done to our leader, Mas Nnamdi Kanu? That this God did not allow? So please, the people that suffered with us and all of a sudden they decided to betray themselves. It is the will of God. Because this one showed that even when they are with us, they are not with us in the spirit. They are with us in the flesh. Opatobia said all these things. He said there's the people among you that have collected money to betray me, but he will not succeed. He knew. He knew it. He knew those betrayers, but he only looking onto what they have done. If he will manage them and see the way he can manage them, make we enter Biafra. He want to push them by fire, by force, like motor when no get battery, make we enter Biafra. But look at it now. Not everybody will follow us to the promised land. So if you see people falling on the way, my brother, be focused. Don't look back. Keep on looking onto that ball and make sure that that ball is rolling. Keep on donating. Keep on donating. Keep on donating. Follow the Deputy Prime Minister, the Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, the Agunwanya. A woman who is doing what many men cannot do. I pray that God will give her the power to do greater things. I pray that God will give her everything she needs to succeed in this journey.
You see?
I pray that God will provide for her every requirement, everything she needs to hold this seat till our battle will come out.
You see?
I pray for every cabinet of the United States of Biafra. The Almighty God will bless every one of you and give you the grace. Give you the grace. Please don't follow them. Don't follow them. I see some people crying. What are you crying for? The only people who don't know their God, who are you crying for? You are crying to make your enemy happy or what? No. Now then go cry. Now we have cried enough. Our God have come to rescue us. So this is the final battle. This is the final battle. And that is why all of us will come out with everything in us to protect this new born baby.
Yes.
The United States of Biafra. If you look back, you see, say we don't have anybody. All the governors, all the ministers, all the people that were elected to support, to stand for us, to represent us. They are all betrayers. They are all selfish betrayers. They are all after their own pocket. They are all after their own family, their own personal interest, not the interest of the Biafrans. But with them or without them, with this God that we are serving, we will overcome. We will overcome. One day then go stand, they say, how they know. How can we be suffering like this? Look at the killing everywhere in the Biafra land. And we say we are wise people, and we say we are rich. How can you be rich and your people are dying? How? Just how many days now they hold Awobatobia? Look at how they are slaughtering our people in thousands. Now look at the way they are using now to use tanker now to burn our people. Please, my brothers, make we wake up now. Is there anything we go use to compare this freedom in this life? I don't understand. We have been grumbling for this Biafra. Look at it now. God has given it on our hand, and we don't want to hold it like an egg and protect it. Please, let's call a spade a spade. These people are betrayers. If you look what Ogenkere and Sonny Agbarawa and the co is doing, you know that these people, they are agents. They are agents. They are agents. How can you suddenly just turn around? Begin to lick your vomit? Is unfortunate. But a day shall tell. A day is coming. The day of judgment is coming. In no distant time. We are a country. We have rules. We have laws. In no distant time, everybody will pay for all he or she has done. My brother, thank you very, very much.
Thank
We are
you so
moving
much.
forward.
Yes.
We are moving forward. Our deputy prime minister, she's trying. She's trying. She's doing her best. I pray that God will give her more wisdom and understanding. We are winning. We are winning. We are winning, and we'll continue to win. In no distant time, Obato will join us. In no distant time.
Definitely.
Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku will join us. And our supreme leader, Onyendu, Mazi Nnamdi Okukanu, will join us to celebrate this great thing that the Lord have done for us. Thank you, my brother. I hear my mind. I'm still with you.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that wonderful speech. And I believe that Biafrans are listening as we are speaking today and we are talking. The fate of the United States of Biafra remains strong. Every single one of us. Our focus is on restoration on the ground and recognition. The government is doing their own part. You, as an ordinary person, please do your own part. Either in any way you can support, prayer-wise, financially, by moral support, please do it. More especially, financial support is needed because when we are talking about restoration on the ground, the men need your support. We don't have any government sponsoring the restoration of Biafra. We do not have any organization sponsoring. And today you can see what is going on. And when you look at the chess of justice, that's what I call it. Mazi Simon Ekpa in Finland, chess of justice with Nigeria. Whatever chess they are playing today, all we need to do is to sit back and watch. And I bet you, everything is going to work out for our own good.
Amen.
One thing that must give you joy is that we, the Biafrans, are not committing any crime. We are not the troublemakers. Self-determination is not a crime. Self-defense is not a crime. We have the right to live and survive wherever we find ourselves. These are rights supported by international law. So whatever chess the Finnish authorities and Nigeria are playing, let them keep on playing. We are watching, and I bet you at the end of the day, justice will prevail. And I bet you, Obato Bie, the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is going to come out in flying colors, better than ever. And at the end of the day, our freedom is not in the hand of any man or woman. It's in the hand of Chukwu Kabiam. With that faith,
that's true, my brother.
God will make a way where there seems to be no way. That is my faith. It really happened. My beloved brother Greg, thank you for joining, Greg. We are coming very late today, changing time. So go ahead and speak to us, Greg. Let's hear you. If you are there. Greg, I see you.
Yes, good afternoon. Brother Choose.
You're welcome.
And all the comrades in the room there. I don't if it's possible I come back maybe in 5 or 10 minutes, please.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you, my beloved brother. Thank you so much. So while we wait for you to come, let us listen to this message of our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. Let's just listen to this her message, then before we can forge ahead.
Those that do not know. Again, anybody that these individuals can be able to deceive, that means that person never followed Obato Bie. And the only reason why I'm going to comment and bring to Biafrans the fact is because they lie. Once they bring out lies to Biafrans, I'm going to bring out the fact. It is my job to bring out the facts of any lie anybody bring on the social media about this government. And some people will say, oh, DPM, don't worry, we already know the truth. Yes, I do understand that. But it's also important that we must be able to disprove the lies that these criminals are sending online on the social media. when they say that the DPM altered the message that was sent by the Prime Minister, nothing was altered. The only thing I did.
I want everybody to pay close attention to this very explanation from the Prime Minister, from the Deputy Prime Minister. You know, each time there is always one propaganda or the other just to tarnish her image. And in several occasions, we have said it that even if you feel that you don't want to be part of the United States of Biafra, it is your right. You have the freedom of association to be where you want to be. If you feel there's another strategy you have to earn your freedom, you have the right to pursue it. But for you to continue to blackmail an innocent woman, that is not unacceptable. And each time they bring all this blackmail, all she does is to respond to it. She doesn't spend her time begin to look for whom to pull down or who to blackmail or who to do that. And that is how you know the person that is sincerely pursuing the freedom that she says she's pursuing.
Of course.
That is how to know somebody who is serious. Because if you are serious, there are too many things for you to do. You won't even have the time to be paying attention to people. But when you see people who spend all their time, anytime they come online, is to talk about their own brother or their own sister, it means they have nothing to offer. They only draw their content from what they say to draw attention. And that is why in this platform, I don't spend my time talking about irrelevant people that don't even have anything to offer. I focus my attention on the United States of Biafra, what we tend to achieve, and the problem we are facing, bringing our problem to the whole world for world to see what is going on. Just like Mazin Samuel Ekpa today, we see what is happening in Mazin Samuel's case. And the world is looking and they're thinking that, oh, is this, is that. Finland saying that they are looking for information, that they're looking for evidence. What we do in this platform most of the time is to speak about those evidence, and we'll bring even information from their own conventional media and play it for the world to see how innocent we are. And this is what we expect every other person to do. But some people, instead of doing this, they focus on blackmailing the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. And now she's responding to one of those blackmail. I want you to pay attention. They were circulating something on Twitter, and they were saying that she altered the information that was passed by our Prime Minister. And now you're going to hear from her the explanation, what they called alter, and how it all happened. Please pay attention so that you wouldn't say you are not told or you are deceived.
The only thing I did is, apart from the first message where the Prime Minister appointed me as his surrogate, the next line of the message, which I didn't want to play, and when they say I removed it, is where the Prime Minister says that in his own opinion, we can suspend the declaration of Biafra. But that decision is left for us, especially myself. That is the only thing. That is the only area I felt that area is not important, because the message came before the declaration. And I felt that if I let Biafrans know that this is the message from Obatobie, that we can suspend the declaration, some Biafran may be depressed. It might cause a lot of sadness to Biafrans. Some people will really die just for that message. And that was the only reason I removed that portion of that message, so that Biafrans will be very, very happy.
That was the code for you to declare Biafra. That was the code for you to declare Biafra.
Yes. So now, when they say that DPM altered Obatobie's message, that means they never knew Obatobie. They never knew him. Because all of us here, we all know how the Prime Minister have worked so hard from January of 2024 to November for the redeclaration of the independent state of Biafra. So who here that follows Odogu will ever think of that Odogu will tell us not to declare in Finland? So when that message came, and apart from the first portion, the second portion says that in his own opinion, we can postpone the declaration of the independent state of Biafra. But at the same time, PM said that decision mostly lies on me. And that was why I believe that that portion of the message is not something Biafrans that are truly following Odogwu needs to see, because they already know what Odogwu has planned. They already know why we are in Finland. So these criminals that said that the Deputy Prime Minister altered the message of the Prime Minister, tell them, because they have the copy, tell them to bring out where DPM altered. Tell them if they are not working for the Nigerian terrorist state, if they are not working for Southeast governors, if their intention and motive is not criminally motivated, tell all of them on that Twitter space, please, you said that the PM or the Deputy Prime Minister altered the message of Obatobie. Okay, show us that message. That is what Biafra should ask them now. Let them release that full message that Odogwu sent to them, which they have a copy. I have a copy. But when they came on space to tweet it, to confuse Biafrans, to show as if there's something the Deputy Prime Minister was hiding, I've told you people, that second portion that I removed in that Prime Minister's message. Now, you go back and tell them to bring out what they said that the Deputy Prime Minister altered. Tell them to bring it out. And then you will know that these are criminals working for the Nigerian government and working with the Southeast governors. So that's all I want to clarify to Biafrans today. Again,
you have
Yes.
had her on that explanation. The explanation was very, very clear. And so these are confusion that some set of people are creating there. And when you hear what she has explained as the content of this message, number one, you have to bear in mind that this very message was meant for her only, not for the general public. For her and some key people in this very brigade then. The message was meant for the key people, not for everybody. And because of their problem and the pretending not to know who is in charge and all that, she brought out a portion that clarifies that she is the surrogate at that point in time. And this portion that says that Mazi Simon Ekpa was saying that on his own, being a leader, he cannot be able to vouch for people, whether if they can be able to stand the pressure that will come after the declaration. He said, on his own, the declaration can be postponed, but the decision solely lies on the Deputy Prime Minister to take, in line with the Biafrans, and which is what a leader has to do. Biafrans have struggled and suffered much to go to that length. People have been given hope of the declaration. Do you know what is going to happen if it happens that the declaration was cancelled? Number one, it means there is no capable person around Mazi Simon Ekpa. It means that it's only Mazi Simon that even without him, Biafra cannot come. That is the impression you want to create. And when this message came to Deputy Prime Minister, she took the right decision. Knowing fully well what the plan of Mazi Simon Ekpa is, it is to declare. But the difference is that he is not going to be there. The capacity of the people he's there, he cannot be able to vouch for them. You are the one that is going to prove that you can be able to stand the pressure. That is what that pressure, that message literally means. Prove to the Biafrans that you can be able to make the declaration and stand for it. And that was what the Deputy Prime Minister did. She proved that she can declare and stand it. And that is why she has declared. And she is standing on this up to this day. But the mischievous people continue to misinterpret it, to mislead, and they always push her to the extent of explaining and bringing out things to Biafran. But each move they make only glorifies her and shows how competent she is. My brother Greg, please go on and speak before we proceed.
Thank you so much, my brother. It is terrible that people will see the light and they follow the darkness. It muffles me when things like this is coming from the mind of the so-called Igbo people and the some people in the Biafra movement. You know, this message that our DPM brought out shows how weak these people are. For me, because from the day one, from the first day they came out and they said that the PM was against the men on the ground, PM was against the fundraising, and any person that is against the fundraising is evil and against the Biafra. I could not pick anything on that. I waited until I hear Dadarama make another statement and what happened. I started picking everything on my own. I said, okay, let's assume that the PM, they picked him and there was no opportunity in anywhere for him to drop any message. Let's assume that our PM was picked to today. There is no way for him to utter a single word of a message. So it means that maybe by now some people's head must have been on the ground. That's the way I see it. Because if somebody tell me that Simon Ekpa, I am the armor bearer of Simon Ekpa. If somebody come out to the public and tell me that Simon Ekpa is my boss, and the same Simon Ekpa, when he was invited for questioning, he had opportunity to give a message through his lawyer, and that lawyer did not deliver that message secret, but the lawyer delivered that message with 3 more people that make him the 4th person. And those who that call him my boss, my armor bearer, had that message from direct from the lawyer. The first message that nobody can say it was uttered. And they say we will never obey it. We can never obey that message. That we can never respect this woman. That this Biafra cannot be declared. So, for them coming to Finland, they have already in their mind that nothing will make this Biafra to be declared. It is obvious. Because sometimes when I start thinking, why are people still backing these people? Why are the men on the ground talking rubbish about this very woman? And this woman stand on her feet to tell Nigerian government that Nigeria cannot stop her from declaring Biafra. And she took the risk, a very high risk, and stand on her feet and declare this Biafra. And now somebody come out, first said he was against men on the ground, there was no evidence. Second, he said the woman was against fundraising, there was no evidence. Third, they go to charter. From charter, they go to constitution. From constitution, they started putting hand in rubbish. And somebody who's convinced himself, sleepless night and suffering in the bush as a man on the ground, is listening to this man, and he tell me that man on the ground is genuine. He is not from the one. He's only deceiving himself. It's only the land and God himself that know what transpired between these people that is doing all these things. And heaven will not be quiet until that secret will be revealed. Heaven and earth will not be quiet until this. Why? These men on the ground and these people are opposing this Biafra declaration. They come up with it's supposed to be on the 2nd. I was asking, Did the United Nations give us a date to declare Biafra? Did the European Union give us date? Did America and Europe and Asia and every part of the world say if you declare Biafra on the 2nd, we will automatically give you recognize you? There was nothing like that. I asked this question. One of the men on the ground was what he was writing on his Twitter. He said, "Do you know if God spoke to our PM?" Why? This is the PM that come out and said that if we give date to declare Biafra, it's possible I declare Biafra even before the time.
Yes.
Depending on what is on the ground. And after gathering informations and a lot of informations, then this woman conclude that we have to declare it on the 29th, and people are not happy. They started attacking her. They started bringing one thing or the other. They started bringing one or going from 1 tree to one banana this thing plantation. Only just to find reason not obey that first very order. And now they went back to go and bring order that to put them in on the head and come on the television with the woman that was ex to the PM to say now you will be the head, and that is the one that he want the whole Biafrans to obey. My brother, we are not children, and any person that following them is man that sold his conscience. That person sold his conscience for something that is not that is not worth anything. This is the Biafra you are spending night, day, and everything is fighting for it to be declared. And the time was supposed to come more stronger, and some people go and trying to betray it, thinking that they will succeed. What is their aim? How much did they pay you to stop it? What will you gain? And you tell me you have billions in Nigeria as a property. Somebody who has billions in Nigeria as a property cannot fight for Biafra. He needs something to stop that thing so that his billions in Nigeria will be there. And if you have billions in Nigeria and nothing have been tampered with it, then you are evil. Because I know that somebody like Madam Azuka that has something, even they have private house, I think they say it was born when she was in action. Yes. And because people know what she have, that there may be something or something. So any person that's telling me he have billions in Nigeria and the federal government of Nigeria don't know about it, and you are coming out in the television, the world to say you have it, and Nigerian government know that you have it, and they not pamper it, even though when they know in the forefront of agitation on fighting for Nigeria to divide, and nothing happened to it, you are a sellout. And any person that will follow you is a sellout.
Exactly.
Because we know Nigeria can do anything to stop Biafra. Nigeria can do anything in this world to make sure that Biafra did not come. They don't care. If they can be killing innocent people to make sure they stop the agitation, what's your property that you have in Nigeria? They will not destroy. If they can kill the mother and the father of Nnamdi Kanu and people in Nnamdi Kanu's house, what is your property in Nigeria that what billion that Nigeria cannot destroy? And you are boasting and telling me you are fighting for Biafra. My brother, let tell these people and the people of Biafra. These people know what they are doing. If the people were really genuine, let's just assume that everything that Ngozi our DPM have been doing since the whole mass, our PM. Let's assume that everything she has been doing, having some mistakes. How can you correct her with this evil word? You cannot correct somebody that made a mistake with hatred and the evil. If you want to correct me, I will see the first from your heart that the correction you are giving to me is coming from the real bottom of your mind, and that what you are trying to tell me is truth, because I will see that love in you, that you're trying to let me to do the thing that is right. That is why Christ said, "From the heart speak the mouth." So when you want to correct, how can you go and correct somebody who you wish to die? It is impossible. It is impossible. And they have not shown any remorse about it. How can you say you love Simon Ekpa and you refuse to obey what Simon Ekpa give as instruction, and you go back to get a way to get it so that you will be on the top of the affair, and they want the whole Biafrans to obey you and to follow you, to say if you respect Simon, our PM, then you're supposed to follow Genkeri. That is when it will be. But when they say follow Dr. Ngozi, then that person is Wachikote Ekwonu. How can you follow a man and open his mouth and call the Biafrans Achikote Ekwonu? Do you know what he means by Achikote Ekwonu? So my brother, the only thing I'm telling our people is to do the right thing and be at the right place at the right time. That is the only thing. Do not look back. Search your conscience and let your conscience be pure. Let your conscience tell you what you are doing is truth or not. And if you know that what you are doing is not right, then change. You still have time to change before it will be too late. Change before it will be too late. Because everything, when our PM Simon Ekpa come out, he will go through everything and will not be silent. Because we will tell him from the one what happened. He is not a child. So let people don't think that when a PM come, that he will just come and slap all of us and push all of us inside the bush. No, it's not possible. He is a man with wisdom. So I can only encourage my people to be strong with NgoziOrabueze and continue praying and contribute to what you're supposed to do. Those things that your heart and your spirit convince you that it's right to support this agitation, do it without wasting time. That is my message this afternoon. Thank you, my brother, as we continue.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. You have just nailed it. There's nothing to add to that. So that very information is very, very clear. You know, once in a while, we touch these things for those who are asking questions and confusions. We ask those who add those points so that people can be able to know their stance. I have always said it that in this platform, what we do is to open up the book for you. The decision is yours to make. And Deputy Prime Minister also made it clear that everyone have the right to associate with whomever you want to associate with. Freedom of association is one of the things that we signed during the ratification that was done in Finland. So you have the right to join any group you want to join, but don't impersonate the United States of Biafra. Do not, because United States of Biafra is one. Under Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. We must have to respect that. My fellow Biafrans, a lot is happening in our land, and we must pay attention. One of the things we must pay attention to today is the blackmail against the Biafrans. The blackmail of the media. Nigerian media, just as Mazen Nandekano said, is the most evil media you can think of on the planet Earth. Very, very evil. Very unprofessional. These are people you can never hear the truth from them. They all spill lie. It is always lie, lie, and lie. That is what Nigerian media is known for. And time has come that we have to step up our game. Wherever you are and you're a Biafran, use your platform and use it wisely. When you join the program, share the program that you are watching and click like. That will help us to gain more traffic and it will make more people to view the program. Because the information that has to do with Biafra is being adulterated. The government of Nigeria never speak the truth about us. The conventional media never report things that is happening in our land. The conventional media never stand for us or report the truth. They are always reporting falsehood. Today you see the game of chess. That is why I call it the game of chess. Finland and Nigeria is playing. I put it as a game of chess because we have not seen the Finland authority come and debunk the lie that we saw on the media. Even though we know that the way it is being written by Nigerian media, the way it's being projected, it is not the way it is. What they are telling us transpired is not exactly what transpired. We know that. But we are expecting the Finland authority to come out and set the record straight the way it should be. We are not going to help them to do that. In the past days, in the past time, when the former ambassador was there, they have always debunked lie when it comes up. They have always confront the lies and tell the truth and let us know things we are. So many times lies have been told against our prime minister, and the government of Finland bring out a statement. Even when they use their name to blackmail, they bring out a statement. So in this case, Nigerian media, a media sponsored and licensed by Nigeria, Vanguard to be precise, a media licensed by Nigeria, came and projected informations, pushed it, and the whole world is watching and seeing it. And up to today, we have not seen a reporter. We have not seen a reporter from Finland authority. And that is why we are hammering on that. Until they come out and give a reporter, we continue to watch them on that chase they are playing, the chase of justice. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, must get justice. And we know he is going to be free as soon as possible. We are not shaken. We are not fearful. We are only speaking for those weaker mind. We know there are some people who are not as strong as others. There are some who are weak in mind. And in that weakness, we must have to speak to encourage them. As for Mazi Simon Ekpa, I don't even want to go on the side of extradition because it doesn't exist. But this game that Nigeria is playing, using every single opportunity, we have seen them do it several times. We saw them when they went and met the Finnish president in United Nations meeting. United Nations meeting that was held, instead of them going for a purpose, they purposely went to the president of Finland and they took a picture. They took a picture with him and they came and wrote on it. But then they know that Mazi Simon Ekpa is around. Mazi Simon Ekpa will confront them because he doesn't keep silent. But today, in the fact that they know that we don't have somebody in Finland as per se who can confront them and their lies. That is why today they can be boldly come and project their ambassador who went to introduce himself as a new elected ambassador to Nigeria. During that very introduction letter she was delivering, they now call it whatever they want to call it, give it whatever name they want to give it, and they use it to promote a propaganda against the Biafra. That is what the media of Nigeria has been doing and been paid to do. And when we see this media, the injustice of the media in Nigeria, we call them out. That is why every single Biafran must join us in this media. Use your own. There are so many of us in this platform today. When you go to their platform, if you go to their Facebook, you will never see anything about Biafra. You go to their YouTube, you won't see anything about Biafra. You go to their TikTok, you won't see anything about Biafra. What are you afraid of? You don't want to be recognized as a Biafra. You don't want to post anything as a Biafra. But when you come here, you hail us, you join us, you praise us, but expand this message so that you never know who can see it. When you post it in your wall, you don't know who can come across it. Because as we speak now, we don't have a permanent friend and we don't have a permanent enemy. Chukwu Okike Abiyama can use anybody at any time. That is why we must have to expand our band. We don't have to create limitations to ourselves. In any area you find yourself, in your platform, share the information. Share to your family group. Share to your meeting group. Share to any group you belong. Get our content and begin to share them there. Support all these platforms that are genuinely speaking for Biafra, more especially the platforms that are under United States of Biafra. Support it. It doesn't cost you a word. It doesn't cost you anything to share the message. It doesn't cost you anything to like the program. But some of us are not doing that. Instead, some of us, you go to their platform, they are busy sharing gossip. Any gossip that has come out from Nigeria, they will share their gossip. They share their gossip. Any entertainment thing that come out, go to their platform, they share it. Feel of entertainment. Any jokes that come out from Nigeria, you see it in their platform. When they see things where they are talking about irrelevant issues, using vulgar words, you see them sharing it, boldly sharing it in their platform, and they are happy. But when it comes things that has to do with their own self, they don't share it. It is sad and it's a pity. We have to change that mentality and change it now, because our enemies are strategizing. And one of the weapons the enemy is using against Biafra is media. One of the weapons they are using against us is media. Until we began to take media serious, they will continue to cage us. Today, when you hear that the world don't know what is happening, it is not they don't see it. They see it, they hear it. Every one of us must wake up and begin to use our platform, speak about things that matter. Speak about relevant issues. Why are you still focusing your attention on irrelevant issues? They are using media propaganda against the Biafrans. And a certain region, a certain group of people are doing that. It is high time we confront them head on. Thank God for social media. In 1967, there were no social media. And that was why we were held captive. Some people in the United Kingdom, some people in the US didn't know. The ordinary citizen didn't know what was happening in Biafra land. They didn't know. The information was not out there. But today, in 2025, we have the media. What are you doing with your platform? That smartphone in your hand, what are you doing with it? What are you doing with your smartphone? You can't even make inquiry and get informations. You can't even verify information. They will push lie and propaganda. You become afraid and you believe them. You help them and share it. You won't even make inquiry. It is sad. It is high time we begin to change our mentality. As we enter into this full restoration of Biafra on the ground and the recognition. For us to gain this recognition, the media will play a major role. The way you handle your media matters. The zoo have already started pushing their propaganda. You see them today, trying to change the narrative. Everything, they are turning it against us, against our Prime Minister, but we will not allow them. Yesterday, we were playing a video of the program that was conducted in one of the conventional media. And we're going to continue to play that program today. Let us see what we can get from that program as we proceed and listen to the discussion that happened. The lie they are pushing against us in Biafra land. The way they project the Biafra as uninhabitable. When Obato BA comes out, our Prime Minister said that Biafra land is the most secured. It is not a propaganda. Biafra land remains the most secured area in the whole of Nigeria. The most secured area in the whole of Nigeria is Biafra land. But they will come and begin to tell you that it's the most insecure place. They'll begin to project that the most insecure place. The insecurity in the southwest is greater than what you see in the southeast. Insecurity in the north cannot be compared to what you see in the southeast. But when you go to the media, they push, project us as people. A place that is not uninhabitable, just to make sure they scare people away from establishing and developing the area. They scare businessmen away, they scare business, they scare contractors from coming to that area. It is a media war that every one of us must engage in. Let us listen to this very program and go along with it.
Now,
my issue now, my issue.
Sorry, before you
okay.
move on, check the tribe that is teaching up this polity. Check the people that are trying to change the narrative from EFCC to Igbo man kill an Hausa man that's an EFCC. It will certainly be from our brothers, some of our brothers from the southwest. And I think Igbos, we need to rise and meet the leaders of the southwest to caution them about this hitting up the polity, not just hitting up, making false statements.
Some of them are even working government officials.
Exactly.
In fact, one of them that was suspended from the Lagos state government, I think his name is Ajay or something, the one who wrote that those who actually burnt TVC or whatever were hunted and executed. And then the Lagos state governor actually suspended him. If you go to his social media account, you see statements that are bigotry related. It's quite unfortunate that government officials are meant to promote unity,
and the government
are the ones
will
also
turn
part of
their eyes
away
from it. Look at this chief that was recently released. The chief that, out of frustration, after the election, the Lagos state government watched as Igbos were being attacked, killed, their properties burnt. We were helpless. Police were not helping us. The government were not helping us. And the man, out of frustration, said, if you cannot defend us, that he's going to invite IPOP. That's all. That man spent 2 years in jail. But people had made statements worse than this.
A lot.
No,
Somebody threatened.
even police
Somebody
will not
threatened
even fight
the
them
president's wife, and nothing happened.
Exactly, will not even fight them to invite them for questioning. So that's why I said this very government is trying to revive the 1966 genocide, and it's going on in the southeast already. In fact, there is a guerrilla war going on in the southeast. There is a war going on. You know, during the war in 1966,
yes,
there was war in the southeast, and there were normalcy in the west. And
yes,
in the north,
and in the
they
north,
were even enjoying free education. In fact, the way we are listening to what is going on in the southeast now is the same. So, the APC government came in to finish up where they stopped in 1970, but now they want to catch Igbos unaware. They are doing it in guerrilla style, so you won't even understand what is what is going on.
It is good that you're hearing this from somebody on the ground. You know, when we come on social media and we broadcast and we say there is war going on in Biafra land, some of us don't believe. Some think that maybe we are pushing propaganda. When we say there is war going on in Biafran territory, some of you don't believe it. But the person that is speaking here now is a journalist on the ground, saying it that the guerrilla warfare is going on, and they have continued the 1970 war. 1967 to 70 war has continued under this APC government. They are carrying out guerrilla warfare against Biafran people, and it's difficult to understand. The chief of army staff announced it. He called it guerrilla warfare. Later on, he said asymmetric warfare. And in all terms, it is warfare going on in Biafra territory, even as we speak. You know, when we say it, because we are on social media, some of them will say, oh, you are making things up here. But this is somebody speaking on the conventional media, a journalist on the ground, telling you that there is war going on in Biafra land. You see, this is why we bring these informations out, so that you hear it from them. Let it not be that only we are talking. And I believe that the Finnish authority is hearing it. The whole world is hearing this. The Finnish authority that is saying that they don't know why Master Simon Ekpa is doing what he's doing, or they don't have evidence, or they are looking for evidence why Simon Ekpa is doing. Look at a clear evidence. Somebody on the ground. Why don't Finnish authority send their own delegate to go and interview this woman? Why don't Finnish authority send their own investigator to go and hear from this woman? First-hand information, she is an eyewitness to the atrocities of Nigerian government against the Biafrans firsthand. But somebody will still be there pretending you are looking for evidence. What evidence are you looking for? There is a war declared against Biafra, and somebody came and stood in defense to defend the land. To defend the land, because the people have given him mandate. More than 50 million people cast their vote and gave him mandate to defend them. As if it's not enough. You saw those people that gave him mandate in Finland. On 29th of November, you saw them. So that you wouldn't say it's a spirit. You wouldn't say that it's a made up something. You saw people flew in from all parts of the world to Finland to make a declaration. As if that is not enough. And you are still looking for information. You are still playing a chess. You are still playing a chess of justice with Nigeria. Is there any need to play such chess? Our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, deserves an apology. In fact, he must to be released immediately and paid compensation, because he has not committed any crime. He has not committed any crime. Look at somebody giving a first-hand information. Let's continue to listen to her.
A military that was moved in a place to relax, sit at home, now arrests citizens minding their business, going about their business,
without prosecuting them.
Without
no prosecution, nothing.
Shooting at sight, killing them, arrest them, meet them, shoot them. Because I've been telling people, I said, this is true. We read, the military will say, we busted IPOP, we shot, we killed 10 IPOP. Who are these IPOP? Where are they busting them? The CEO is one of those they are busting.
And
probably the banker.
In such incidents, you will not see videos.
Exactly. The banker that was shot and we saw her corpse is also one of them. And so many people that were missing. So there was no insecurity in the Southeast, I assure you. But the insecurity in the Southeast is been under siege. by the security
So you're
forces.
saying now that what is currently going on in Anambra State is not as how we see it. I want us to listen to this.
These two incidents happened in Anambra now.
Yes, it did happen in Anambra. I want
the
us to
EFCC incident and the military is in Anambra.
Yes. I want us to take a listen to this young boy who was also a victim of the EFCC modus operandi, and he was really not happy. Let's just.
Finland is looking for evidence. Here are evidence why we are doing what we are doing. These are evidence. One of the victims is going to speak. Where are those people looking for evidence? Where are they? Where are they? This very information is on their conventional media. You are looking for evidence. You are looking for evidence. Why are we doing? Look at it. When we call Nigerian government a terrorist government, look at one of the affiliation, the EFC, the crime they committed. First-hand information from a victim. Let's listen.
Listen to him briefly.
Barely a month now or something, EFCC came to this house. I was not around. It was my brother and his friend that was there around. I traveled. They called my phone and told me about it. EFCC no knock. They don't do anything. They just broke this door, like break into their house, bullied people, beat them up, broke some properties. I will show you guys something. See this television like this now? It's EFCC that broke it. Like they broke it and beat the people up. People that were here, they beat them up. Like they destroyed. They were just doing like armed robbers. Now, after everything they did, they took them and took up to other 15 people in this compound along. Without any information, without any reason, without any cause, nothing. They searched their phone and they saw nothing, but they took them along. After all the stress and everything I passed through, they came back. Now, yesterday, armed robbers, they penetrated this house and they operated exactly like EFCC. Like the way EFCC did it. They broke this door, entered this house, surrendered everybody and took everything. Like they raided this house.
Yeah, so that was somebody recounting his experience with the EFCC and what transpired after the EFCC came and did their raid and left. Now, the question now is this. What are the Southeast governors doing about this? I don't want to believe that the Southeast governors do not know that there have been complaints like this about the residents. Specifically in December, a lot of Southeasterners traveled home. They went to enjoy the Yuletide season. What are the Southeast governors doing? Chukwuma Soludo set up a security outfit, Udo Gachi. We also have Alex Oti too, but though that region is quite calm. Peter Rumba of Enugu State, that particular state is quite calm. Ebonyi, Francis Nwifuru, that place is quite calm. So the area that is actually experiencing this surge in volatility of criminal activities supposedly is Imo State and Anambra State. So if you remember, the Southwest, they had apprehended that Boko Haram or ISWAP members, they have sleeper cells in the Southwest. The DSS kept them and they're asking questions. They're trying to locate all the sleeper cells they have because lately there have been a lot of killings. If you know that a former police inspector's wife was kidnapped from her home, now Amotekun has been set up. The Southwest governors decided to come together to see how they could set up a security operative or a security outfit that will help combat this particular menace and go into the forest. So why can't we have that collective effort by the Southeast governors to monitor this?
Now, the challenge we have in the Southeast is the issue of IPOP. We are not well managed.
Okay.
These were very organized youth. If you ask me, I've really taken time to monitor and look into the activities of Southeast. It's like the IPOP members got wind of, maybe had information about what was about to happen in the Southeast. Because everything that was happening, Nnamdi Kanu was warning, was saying that the Fulani Ginger, the way he reports it, the Fulani Ginger, they are trying to come over South, they want to take over South, and they were coming through the bush, the Fulani herdsmen kidnapping, and they set up what they called ISEN, Eastern Security Network. I can assure you then, you will hear them report they've chased away the Fulani herdsmen and all that. Now, when the problem was, the IPOP took over leadership of Southeast. Just like then, you hear Boko Haram taking over some states in the north. The people were more of listening to IPOP because they felt these people were representing them. Really, IPOP and the governors that should represent them and should say certain things are not saying. And the IPOP is putting a lot of pressure. Now, that really, it was a problem. I think they had several meetings on how to manage this IPOP thing. Now, they were more of how to get back the people from IPOP, other than, and they were ready to do it by all means. Now, out of the desperation, they actually allowed the military to come in, not knowing what the government of the day had in mind. In fact, it was an avenue to now come in. They've been wanting to have a way of coming in to do this. They don't have, there's no way. Now, this is an avenue for them to now come in. Otherwise, how can the military come in and then all of a sudden, who negotiated with Asari Kibo? Who negotiated with the military? Because I think the whole, you know, every human being has tendency to commit crime. If you know that you commit that crime and get away with it.
Yes.
So now, since the Southeast is now a place where crime is going on, there is no doubt some of the citizens that were in Lagos and all over the place started moving in. Now, rather than the militaries curtailing them, they were even using them to commit most of these crimes. You know, it happened to me. I challenged the military at Osumohu one time when they were questioning me up to my family name and stuff. That was like, so you will gather information from us, send it across to the kidnappers. So they built a cartel from the military to the criminals, to the underworld people to do all this. Now, the thing has gone so much so that even the governors don't even know what to do. I put a call across to one of the leaders when I got to him. I said, this is what is going on. I think the militaries are on top of all this crime being committed. The man said, Madam, we know. Listen, his word. Our problem now, since we discovered that this is what they are doing, the challenge is, if we send them away, they will now pull the criminals and now say, because the militaries have left. So I think this is the issue. If you watch, throughout all this IPOP military stuff, we did not hear more of this from Enugu. Why? When this happened,
celebration. After that day, when those supposed celebration, after that day, when those supposed unknown gunmen came, it was like there was going to be a heavy presence of the military there. But somehow he's been able to contain that.
Even when 5 military men were shot,
yes,
but they wanted to enter Abia State.
Yeah, so that was the means.
Did not allow them. We went to Mahia, Ewa. We had to tell the military, the person is for you to pack and go. We can't have you, when we are attacked on the road, you begin to arrest our boys. And those also went and had a meeting with them. I think that's curtailed, but you see, have reports of kidnapping around, you know, Abia State. But in Imo State, even on the 24th of December, Asari also reported that he's still working with the militaries in Imo State.
Yeah, he even mentioned the community where his boys are along with him.
At Idato.
You can imagine, 24th of December, yesterday. You know, when we talk about the issue of Asara, some of you think, oh, this one happened before. Just yesterday, Asara Dokubo is still boasting of operating military in Biafran territory, destroying innocent lives in Imo State. Destroying innocent life in Imo State. This information and in the public and the Finnish authority is saying they are looking for evidence. And they will come and they will tell you about unknown gunmen. Yet they are the people recruiting unknown gunmen, recruiting the kidnappers. Every single insecurity in the Southeast is being implanted by the federal government of Nigeria, simply because they want to suppress the restoration of Biafra. And we cannot be silent. We can't allow them to oppress us.
He mentioned Yes, he mentioned
and if you watch, that's Idato, there were killings in Idato. And now, you know, Anambra State and Imo State are just, I don't know how to say it. From all over the place, they have boundaries. From that Idato, Anambra have boundaries. From Olo, Anambra have boundaries. You get it? So I think they are moving from Imo State
to
Anambra State. Now, if you look at some communities in Anambra State, put up serious security. They put up serious security. In those places, there were no incidents. Like Okwo. In fact, they all ran away from home. But this time around, they raised up to more than 500 security men. That was where Denko had his mother's burial. He's from
Okwo. Yeah, because it was peaceful. We saw the
contributed
footage.
money and raised over 500 securities. So I think I would suggest and advise most of these communities raise security. Don't just raise out. Contribute good money. Raise securities of the indigens of the place. Because if you raise security of the indigens, they'll be able to identify people. Because you can't.
You know who is who and who is.
This is where they are getting it wrong. When it comes to solution, these people are zero. Stop giving us these solutions you are giving us. The information you are passing about the true situation of things is enough. But when it comes to the solution, raising security outfit, what kind of security outfit are you going to raise traditionally? What kind of security outfit are you going to raise and give them double barrier to go and face the real enemies, the Fulani Janjaweed that are in the bush with their assault rifles and AK-47 and 45? This is one thing these people don't understand. The only solution is to support the freedom of your people, the United States of Biafra. The Liberation Army of Biafra is equal to the tax. We will arm ourselves with the equal measure of arms they are coming with. That is the only way to end this. Speak in the language that they understand. When you continue to provide this very solution of forming a security, what are they having? The security, you form security and you give them stick and double barrel to go and face people with AK-47. And when we talk about the security, the same security outfit that the people that are going to form, tomorrow they will politicize them and they now begin to use them as stocks. At the end of the day, every single security they put, all these people, when they put it, the next thing they will begin to chase is the Biafran people. Everyone they form, go and check their speech. The next speech they will make, they are going to look for people who are agitating for Biafra. They are looking for Biafran Liberation Army. They are looking for ESN. Every security outfit they form. And that is why nobody should open his mouth. We know that you people are in Nigeria. There are certain things you cannot say. We understand. You are in Nigeria. You are in their media. There are certain things you cannot say. We can understand. But this solution you are giving here doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. There is no security outfit you're going to form to confront this enemy. The only people that has the power, the authority to equal the same measure of amount the power they're coming from is the Liberation Army under the United States of Biafra. If you begin to form any security outfit under Nigeria, you are creating more problem. You are creating more problem. You are creating more problem. You see what turned out from your Ebubago. Ebubago turned out to become a terrorist and kidnapping group. And the whole South protested. They don't want it. Did they remove it? No. You see AVG. AVG protested. AVG, their own work is to go against Biafrans, take their life, and even kidnap. You saw is it Andy Oba or which Oba? One of those Obas, when he formed his own security outfit. It was against the Biafrans to kidnap and to maim. And this is what they will always do. It is only the Liberation Army of Biafra form a security under the United States of Biafra, and then you can be defended. You'll be assured that your defense will be assured. We know that you people are in Nigeria. You can't talk the way we talk, but we have the solution. And that is when we speak from afar, we speak that the world might hear. Where are the United Nations? Where is Finnish authority that is looking for evidence? Come and listen to this program. Get your evidence as much as you can. Go on the ground and tell you people. There are people who are ready to talk. There is no solution in Nigeria. And that is why our Prime Minister said that freedom is going to come from abroad. If you are forming any security outfit to free you in Nigeria, you are wasting time. You are only creating more problems. Freedom is going to come from outside. It is going to come from outside, from the Liberation Army. And that is why we are not stopping. We will continue to pursue and move until we get to our destination. I can see my beloved brother Greg. If you are there, my brother Greg, go ahead and say, if you want to say something, go ahead and chip in your own line of thought before I continue to play the video.
Yes, my brother. We continue with this woman's report again today.
Yes.
You know, the Nigeria situation and the East is a planned game with the federal government and the state government. This woman that is here have every complete information.
Absolutely.
The only where the woman is missing a little bit is when the Eastern Security was formed and the so-called governors formed the Bubago. They did not form the Bubago to fight or go inside the bush to chase out those people who were causing insecurity, kidnapping and killings and raping in our place. Instead, they started using it to go after the IPOB because that is what the federal government sent them to do. Another place she not got it very well again is after when they kidnapped Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, then some people that refused to follow the so-called DOS, then the DOS people started giving informations about those people, and they started going to their houses and burning their houses and killing them secretly and openly. Those Eastern Security Network people, the people that refused to obey them, and some of them who joined the Ebubago, knowing their colleagues, started appointing them and going indirectly and killing them. So all these killings here were what was going on in the East, which many of them didn't even know what was going on. That it was the federal government using some of the Eastern Security Network members and killing some of their members. At the same time, killing some innocent people and burning their houses. So that is where all these things generated. But that does not mean that in the East, that the insecurity is more than in the South, in the West, or in the North. No, exactly. It is not. But the only thing is to call what do you call it? A dog, a bad name to kill that dog. Look at the new security that Soludo formed. How many security have they formed in Anambra? Ifanyoba formed. Obi of Onitsha formed. Soludo formed. All of them formed security in Anambra State. All of them, none of them were after going to the bush. Either they formed those security for their own interest and to fight IPOB. That is the only thing. Okay, look at this new one he started, because I believe he went again to recruit Asoro the Kobo men. I mean, Soludo now. He went now to hire Asori men. At the same time, pick all those people that Ifanyoba formed, because now Ifanyoba is not alive. So now he take them on his own side with some of what do you call it, Asari men. And he's saying he form a new security in the East. So insecurity will continue because Asari the Kobo have a different agenda in coming to the Igbo land, and they went and bring him. That is the thing. And the Ifeanyi people have a different agenda. So all those things they are forming here and there is only to kill innocent people. Exactly. Because none of them is ready to go inside the bush and know what is happening inside the bush. No. It's only when any person have problem with his brother and his sister, they will tell him, yeah, he's IPOB, just like what happened with the what do you call him? This lady that normally do saga in the internet in US. When they started yeah, but say he raising money for IPOB. He raising money for IPOB. So this is exactly what they do in the East. So any person with his or brother and sister have problem, they will tie him that person IPOB, and they will go and kill that person. Okay, look at that person that they were carrying. They tie his hand, tie his leg, carry him like a goat, a human being, an Igbo son. They carry him like a tied goat. And look at the Fulani they got in kidnapping, and how they treat the Fulani. Just go and compare the two. These are the things that's supposed to bring it to the program. Let the world see again. That program that those people that Soludo hired, and that guy they were going on the ground, and that Fulani who is doing kidnapping, and the way they treat two of them. At least let the Igbo people judge it on themselves. that he will get an Igbo man. I'm not supporting any criminality, but you get your brother who maybe he go and steal telephone. You tie him and go and kill him. And when you get a Fulani who is cleaning our people and requesting millions and billions,
you give him
and you give them VIP treatment. Ask them if did I touch you? No, because Ateze and all Jews are called who brought them, who will give them assurance in coming to the east. Tell them that there is nothing they will do that any person will touch them. And the governors give them the same assurance. So even if they kidnap and kill, nothing will happen. That is why the so-called, what do you call him, Obiano, say that if a farmer kill, if a kidnap, if a what do you call a haste man, go inside the farm and kill any person, he will pay 500,000.
Exactly. That's when it started. Obiano started it now.
Yeah, and if any person kill a cow, he pay 500,000. So he equate 500,000 to his brother and sisters to the same amount of money with the cow. These are the kind of people that is ruling you people. That is why he immediately, when he hand over the place he lived for 80 years, he found another place he lived for 80 years that is not where a human being can stay. He ran to America. These are the kind of people that is leading you. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, my brother. It's really painful. Like the video you're saying, I have all those videos, but most of those videos I don't play it here because of restrictions we have online. There are some videos we don't play so that they don't come to attack programs and all that. So that is why we don't play some of those videos. So that very one you're explaining is very painful. It is very painful when you hear the story of how that people, those Fulanis, were captured. This one is they captured them on sea in the aim of fire. They said after exchange of fire, they were able to capture 3. After exchanging fire, they captured 3, others escaped. Exchanging fire with people that have AK-47. After the exchange, they were able to capture 3. And you see how those 3 were being treated like none of them had a scratch in their body. They were not even beaten. You see how the way they posed, the way they were even looking, I see they were the kind of pride in them with that kind of crime. But look at their own brother, how they tied him like a goat. Common a mere stealing. Some of them maybe they come to your house, they say they saw hard drug there. That is it. Maybe the one they are smoking or whatever. The way they will beat them, they're almost near death. If not, that the one they beat is never escape. Even if they beat you, the people will be happy that they really beat you. If it's only beating, they will be happy that they were beaten. They take the life of innocent people simply because of one minor crime. But now, when you confront the real terrorists that we are hammering about, shouting about, that are the main kidnappers, the main terrorists that are occupying the bushes, they kidnap and they say they are waiting for time to unleash mayhem. The main kidnappers that are sending information every day, terrorizing people, taking innocent life, harvesting organs. When they catch them, they treat them with kid gloves. And they want us to keep silent. It is sad, but we must continue.
You cannot bring somebody from Biafra to come and guide you. It is not possible. So I think majorly, what is happening in the South is a creation of the federal government of Nigeria. They can't escape it because there have been so many incidents of military activities, and the government have not said anything about it. Some of these accusations, the militaries have not said anything about it. So how can you be saying you are shooting? You are shooting.
No, the military has said something. The military blamed it actually on IPOB. The chief of defense staff, Christopher Musa, was the one that made that statement via a television interview. He said most of the crimes ongoing is by IPOB, although IPOB distanced itself at the time. They distanced themselves from the activities of Simon Ekpa, but the chief of defense staff insists that it is the activities of IPOB. And then they asked questions about the frisking that takes place along the routes when you're going to the south, because I remember I watched that interview, and they said that frisking has helped save a lot of lives. So on several occasions, they've caught some of them with weaponry and all whatnot. This is the reportage you were talking about, where facts are misrepresented. But at the end of the day, it takes the effort of the governors to come together and do something about it. So are they overwhelmed? Are they underwhelmed? Are they confused? Is it that they don't know what to do? What are they afraid of?
Okay, Esther, I'll tell you what. We've had several occasions where people are being attacked, not up to 5 minutes drive from military checkpoints. Now, if people run back to the military to report them, they'll be like, and so? They don't go. We've had these reports of if you call military or police in the southeast, that something is going on. In fact, police now are responding. The military will not respond to you. Even if it means 2 minutes drive from where they are, they will not respond to. So him saying that even in the southeast, all they do is collect money. I've not seen them do it other than collect money, cause a long hold up, and be collecting money. That's all they do. They don't do any other thing. So him saying that whatever they do now, the IPOP in question, Esther, an average Igbo man is IPOP at heart. They have that support. IPOP have no office. IPOP have no, it's not like OPC, where you see them doing something, or Boko Haram. No, they go about their business. They use media to pass the information. They said they want to get their freedom without shooting. They want to use the civil means to get it, and they have mentioned it. So if army is telling you that they have a shootout, where did they see this IPOP? Where are these shootouts going on? Oh, okay, if you see anybody, did you just accord them and they tell you we are IPOP? How do you know? How do you even, let the military tell us how they identify this IPOP? How do you identify them? They don't have checkpoints. If you are moving from Olo to Ihiala, the checkpoint you see is a Bubago. Those Bubago are not Igbos. Yeah, they are not Igbos.
Who are they then?
They are acidic boxmen. They are not Igbos. They are acidic, have accosted them.
Are you saying that a state governor employed Asari Dokubo's men
Yes.
to help him fight insecurity in his state?
Well,
where are the people looking for evidence? This woman is spilling the beans, providing evidence. This is a journalist on the ground, first-hand information. Finnish authority looking for information. People of the world looking for information. You want to know why Mazi Simon Ekpa is taking action to defend Biafra land. Here are the informations. All these things are in the public. The media will not project it. Even our people will not share. This kind of video is the video that we have to share and make it go viral. You share it and make it go viral. Because when things happen against us, the Nigerian media will propel it, they will push it and push it and push it and push it. But you can never see this kind of discussion in Nigerian big media, conventional media. You can't hear it. You can't hear this thing constantly. It comes once in a while. And in a smaller media like this VOP, that is where you can get this information. This woman always comes to spill these beans. But they press it down. They suppress it. You can never see other media network talking about it. The only way we can air our opinion is that you that is watching, share it. Share this video. Share it. Like it and share it in any platform you are. That is how we can get. You never can tell who we get this information. They are looking for evidence. This is evidence. You never can tell who will come across this information. Share it. That is the only thing you can do.
To get it, and they have mentioned it. So if army is telling you that they have a shootout, where did they see this IPOP? Where are these shootouts going on? Oh, okay, if you see anybody, did you just accord them and they tell you we are IPOP? How do you know? How do you even, let the military tell us how they identify this IPOP? How do you identify them? They don't have checkpoints. If you are moving from Olo to Ihiala, the checkpoint you see is a Bubago. Those Bubago are not Igbos. Yeah, they are not Igbos.
Who are they then?
They are acidic boxmen. They are not Igbos. They are acidic, have accosted them.
Are you saying that a state governor employed Asari Dokubo's men
Yes.
to help him fight insecurity in his state?
Well,
because I heard a lot of mayhem being conducted by those guys. At some point, they were suspended.
The day I met them at somewhere You know, I'm from Olu. I was traveling. I got him around 9 o'clock. They extort money from people. They intimidate people. They beat people. If you see the way, and if you look at these boys, you will know that these are hardened criminals. I mean, if you see a criminal, you will know. These are hardened criminals. Now, let us ask the military. If you go to the north, they will tell you Boko Haram have checkpoints. Motorists will pass and see them and know that they are Boko Haram. I have never seen any checkpoint or anywhere and they will say, this is where IPOP are staying. Or IPOP will come and say, beat their chest and say, these people keep on saying, this is not us. Why not find out who those people are?
No.
Now, the worry we are having is these people are killing our children, our citizens.
And young boys, young children.
Look at the CEO. He's a typical example.
If he did not have those, even the men he had with himself, they were already putting them together that they were kidnappers. They didn't. They were asking questions, they were responding, but they weren't listening. So if the leader hadn't come there to say, okay, you know what, let's just verify this ID card you are presenting, would I be hearing a different story by now? So if they did not
have ID card.
No, the ID card still. They didn't believe it.
No, you can imagine.
They didn't believe the ID card.
If those people does not have ID card, they are now IPOP. This is the crime that is going on in the South. It's by the military. Of course, they use media. Even what we are saying, media will not carry it. A lot of our shouting media will not carry it. I've had a lot of publications in newspapers where we are complaining this. It dies from that news. You don't see it on social.
Did you hear it? That every time she complains, they don't pay attention. She has even written a publication. They kill it. It will not fly. The media will never help to propagate this thing she's saying. They compress it. They make sure it doesn't see the light of the day. You see why I'm asking every Biafran to use their platform and share true information about Biafra. More especially information that are coming from the media of Biafra Republic media, the information that comes from the United States of Biafra media. The United States of Biafra media, every of our platform, share it in your own platform. That your own platform can go a long way. You never know who it can reach. Nigerian government is using some people, more especially from our sister, our brother nation like the Ududua, some of our Yoruba brothers. Their mission in media is only to push lies and propagate evil against us, the Biafran people. And if we are silent, if we don't push our own media forward, if we don't speak up, when those lies stay for a very long time, they'll begin to look like the truth. You hear this woman crying and complaining that she has written articles. She has gone to media. They don't even give her attention. They don't even allow her to speak in so many media. This is the challenge we are all facing. And every one of us have to support. Once you get to any media of Biafra, help and share the program and like it. That is another role you can play.
This ID card you are presenting, would I be hearing a different story by now? So if they did not
have ID card.
No, the ID card still. They didn't believe it.
No, you can imagine.
They didn't believe the ID card.
If those people does not have ID card, they are now IPOP. This is the crime that is going on in the South. It's by the military. Of course, they use media. Even what we are saying, media will not carry it. A lot of our shouting media will not carry it. I've had a lot of publications in newspapers where we are complaining this. It dies from that news. You don't see it on social media. No television will come and say, okay, you know, when they write something, let's discuss. It doesn't happen. Or even
carry out a documentary.
It doesn't happen. When military says something, what media say? Media reports both sides. They don't go to report both sides. They don't go to investigate. Okay, where are these boys? Where are you seeing them? How do you see them? It doesn't happen. Now they use media to lie and confuse Nigerians about what is going on in the South. But we that are covering most of journalists that are covering most of what is going on in the South, we know that there is heinous crimes being committed by the security forces, not just the military. Look at what EFCC did. If this young man does not have a gun, they will abduct him, collect money, and kill him. How are we sure this is not the way they identify their IPOP? So the governors, probably the governors are believing the reports of the militaries and the media. You know, the media doesn't know how far they go to shape a nation. The Nigerian media is destroying this country. Because
some
of
the media outlets
sorry, please.
trying.
Yes, some of them are trying, but a lot of them, even the leadership. Look at NBC. NBC should regulate certain things. NBC should do certain things, but they don't.
No, NBC wants cooperation, cohesion, unity. They don't want inflammatory. They don't want any form of divisive content on either the television
they're
or the
allowing
radio.
it. What Ruben Abati said.
That one is not
divisive.
They may have written to Ruben Abati.
Why would they write to him privately? The ones they used to find, do they find them privately? So I think the media should rise up and report and give Nigerians the kind of report that will unite us rather than dividing us. Yes.
All right, Lolo, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has lodged a formal complaint against Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court, Abuja, with the National Judicial Council. Kanu accused the judge of judicial misconduct.
My fellow Biafrans, we will continue with this very program again tomorrow. We'll go to the part of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case. You know, when we are talking about the inhuman treatment of Biafrans, we are going to follow their program until the end. Tomorrow, we are going to enter into the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the decision of the lawyers that they have made. That one, we are going to handle it tomorrow. But today, we are going to stop this program here to continue again tomorrow. My fellow Biafrans, you have a role to play. Every single one of us have a role to play. The United States of Biafra, it is one, not two. And I want everybody to pay attention. Do not be deceived. Do not be confused. You must focus on the truth. Don't listen to the enemies. The United States of Biafra is one, and we must overcome. We must conquer. No matter the propaganda, no matter the blackmail, no matter what you hear and where you hear them from, continue to focus on the truth. The truth shall set us free. Let us hear this message from the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze.
It's coming out. Just know that. Abatobie is coming out and will soon be with us. We are very, very happy that, and we will just let the process play out. The Finland government is not the zoo government. Finland is not Kenya. There are differences between what happened to our leader in Kenya and Finland. So Obatobie is coming out. Is gonna be with us as quickly as possible, and then we will take this to the final line. Just Biafrans, just know that we will just continue to do what we are doing. The first thing I wanted to talk about is the mandates, and that's something briefly I wanted to talk about today to Biafrans. Some of you that have listened to the voice, again, I am not going to address anything anybody does not say about me or about United States of Biafra. That is one promise I give. My target is the Fulani terrorist state, Nigeria, the Tinubu terrorist government, Christopher Musa's terrorist government that reintegrates and rehabilitates non-terrorists to come to our Biafra land and kill us. Christopher Musa, the Nigerian defense chief, was saying that since Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has been restricted by the Finnish government, that there has been peace in Biafra land. That is a lie. That is deceitful. Because the killings that happened in Biafra territory, in the Oshu territory, in different parts of Biafra land, in Ebonyi state, between January 1 and now is so much. So, Christopher, Defense Minister of Nigeria, shame on you. Shame on you to say that since our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, has been restricted, there has been peace in Southeast. Who are you deceiving? Who are you lying to? Why are you lying? Why are you saying that? Who are you trying to please? You know you are not saying the truth. You can only say that to some mediocres that do not know what you are doing behind the scene. You know you have been conducting electrical war for the past 2 years, killing Biafrans. You know you've been doing that. You've been recruiting and rehabilitating terrorists in Nigeria. It is fully documented. The facts are there. And you send them to Southeast Nigeria because the indigenous Nigerians no longer want to join the Nigerian military and police. Christopher Musa, you know that. You know that the indigenous Nigerians, thousands of them have retired from the Nigerian military and from the Nigerian police because you are recruiting terrorists into the Nigerian military. And these are terrorists that turn around and kill indigenous Nigerians that are in the military and police. You know that. You know that is a fact. We have the records. You know that United States of Biafra is an independent state now. But you keep talking about one Nigeria, one state. You know that what you are saying is fraudulent. To any international leader that is listening to you, there is nothing like one Nigeria. Nothing. Biafra is an independent state. Christopher Musa and President Tinubu, you are trying to force us into one Nigeria that is already a failed state, where hundreds of organizations and companies have exited Nigeria, where reintegrated terrorists have taken over almost all the part of northern Nigeria, and indigenous Nigerians are paying taxes to the terrorists. Christopher Musa, why are you lying to the world? Why are you lying to the international community? Why are you doing that? Who are you trying to deceive? The world knows that Nigeria has been declared an Islamic state by Europe without our permission. We are fully Christians. Biafrans are Christians. But the Nigerian terrorist state under Christopher Musa has dragged the whole country into IOC, into an Islamic state. And that man comes out to lie to the world that Nigeria is trying to be a democratic state. Finland is helping Nigeria to restore democracy. Finland, Nigeria is a failed state. There is nothing you can do to restore that failed state because the policies and the programs of the Nigerian government has made Nigeria a failed state. Christopher Musa, you know you are lying when you say that our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, is blocking bilateral relationship between Nigeria and Finland. That is a clear false statement. The world is boycotting Nigeria because they know Nigeria is a terrorist state. No sane country will want to enter into any bilateral agreement between them and a country that rehabilitates and reintegrates non-terrorists.
You have heard it from our Deputy Prime Minister. She has said it all, and that is where we stand. The United States of Biafra have been declared, and there is no going back. All we have to do today is to support the United States of Biafra under our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, today under our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze. Support the best way you can. Support financially, support morally, support prayerfully. Anything you can do on your own, continue to do. The government of Biafra is already doing a lot to see that we get to the promised land. I appreciate every one of you that have been part of this program. Tomorrow, we are going to continue again on the same evening time tomorrow. We are going to come again tomorrow and we play the other part of the program and we dissect it and speak on other issues that are going to come up. So, my fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you that have been part of this program. May Chukwu Okabiyama continue to guide and protect every one of us. May Chukwu Okabiyama prosper every one of us. May Chukwu Okabiyama protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze. May Chukwu Okabiyama protect our Supreme Mazi Mandekana. May Chukwu Okabiyama protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Samuel. Thank you so much for being part of this program. Stay safe and see you again next time.
Chineke na enweghị ihe ọ ga-eme maka ọ ga-eme gị nwụọ n'ike. Hope a sịkwana na ọdịghị ihe Chineke ga-eme, ọ ga-emekwa ya ịfụnanya. Isi eluigwe na enwere ihe ọ ga-eme maka Biafra, ọ ga-eme ya ịfụ ya n'anya. Ịghọtago? Ezi aka ọ dị. Ịghọtago? Ọnwụọ pie. Ogbugbo ọtụtụ anwụgo.